Teofimo Lopez is about to embark upon a huge challenge in his career as he gets set to face Josh Taylor for the WBO super lightweight title. It is now going to be time for Teo to put up behind the talking he's put out. Let's talk about it. On Saturday, June 10th, from Madison Square Garden, WBO Junior Welterweight Champion Josh Taylor will be taking on Teofimo Lopez to defend his title in a promotion that is being billed as Cross the Divide. Taylor, who is from Europe, is going to be fighting in New York and defending this title against Lopez, who's from New York. It is going to be the type of battle that will test both men for specific reasons. As for the Tartan Tornado, who hails from the UK, he is currently in the midst of his prime, but he has had his druthers, and it has been primarily outside of the ring. But in this fight, he's coming in with his record of 19-0 with 13 KOs, and at the age of 32 is looking to defend before possibly moving up to the welterweight division. His last fight, which was a February 2022 bout split decision win over Jack Catterall, that had many feeling that he lost the fight and opted to not face Catterall in a rematch, even though one was scheduled late after he had suggested that Catterall meet him at a catch weight. Taylor has since given up the belts except for the WBO because he was undisputed at junior welterweight. So in steps Teofimo Lopez, who is bringing his youth of 25 years into this fight, along with his record of 18-1 with 13 KOs. He had a recent victory over Pedro Campa in August of 2022, but questioned his own performance in the aftermath, asking his entourage whether or not he still had it. When someone is speaking like that off of a recent performance, there is consideration that confidence may not be where it needs to be. And Teofimo has reflected that on more than one occasion, but he has continued to be successful in the sport, despite dropping his split decision to George Kambosos Jr. in November of 2021. So as we look at this fight going ahead, you consider Josh Taylor, who has a tendency to smother and crowd his work when he's facing an opponent. This was a tremendous setback for him when he faced Catterall, because he just couldn't seem to get into a rhythm against Catterall and appeared to suffer to be outboxed by Catterall. This is something that Lopez can take advantage of if he is properly prepared for this fight. His dad and he should comprise a game plan that will allow Teo to utilize his quickness, his footwork, and be able to put punches together in combinations. He should not be looking to go to war with Josh Taylor. But again, his confidence is in question. If Taylor happens to get out to a fast start against him, we could see Teofimo Lopez's confidence shrink even further during the match, which is why it's to his advantage to get off to a faster start by boxing, not going to war, not trying to show off his heart, but also trying to show a sense of ring IQ. It's important. We're now fighting at the top level of the sport. Josh Taylor is the former undisputed champion of the division, so you should not take him lightly at all. His face-off with Catterall proved more about what Catterall's abilities were than Taylor's, so we have to take that into consideration. But even still, the infighting is expected in this fight, and you have to understand that Josh Taylor will apply continuous pressure on T.O. and keep him on the back foot, but at a faster pace going backwards than he is normally accustomed to, because Teofimo will get on the back foot. He will box and show lateral movement, but to force him into discomfort should be what Taylor's game plan is overall, and the way that he can jump out ahead on the scorecards. There's something else to consider in this fight that is an X factor, and many people may forget about this while others still will remember. In this fight, coaching is a premium and optimal for success. Against a battle-tested veteran southpaw, Teofimo has to have the type of game plan looking to counter everything that Josh Taylor does. Being a southpaw, he has faced more righties than T.O. has faced lefties, but you have to know that he's going to be looking to have his advantages with the southpaw stance. So hopefully the Lopez camp will prepare to move a certain way against the southpaw, to stay away from his left and to incorporate the hook. Utilize the left hook and straight right hands and left hooks to the body. The one other advantage that they have to take advantage of is this. Josh Taylor does not always display ring smarts. He will get in there and he has a tendency to get reckless, which he had to pay for against Catterall, which found him on the canvas for the first time in his career. He also has admitted recently that he has had some troubles outside of the ring, partying a little bit too much, staying away from the gym, putting on excess weight, and having some injuries behind not being in shape and being a little bit on the reckless side outside of the ring. All of this can leave a loophole open for Teofimo to be successful against Josh Taylor. The only thing that I would say is a disadvantage for T.O. is his lack of maturity, and sometimes his mental state can be questioned. We don't know if he is really dealing on the level or if he has problems with depression, and he is not always as confident as he needs to be in a sport where your confidence really plays a huge role in your success. Therefore, I give Josh Taylor the advantages in this fight, but it could be a toss-up. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know who you think is going to win this fight, the Great Divide. between Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.